Hello, explosive nerds. We are back with the second issue of X-Men 2024, From the Ashes. If you haven't yet, now is the time. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell for all notifications, leave your like, comment, and share this video. Your support is what keeps this journey alive. Now get ready, because we dive once more into an epic story of battles, revelations, and legends that will shape the future of the mutants. This is just the beginning. Let's go into another legendary chapter of X-Men 2024. Now, San Francisco, in the heart of the city, a young man hides in the shadows, his eyes wide, his body trembling. Ben Liu, they're coming. They really are coming. Coming for me. A hand reaches out. Social worker Keith. Ben, his gaze falters, his breath heavy. Ben Liu, they're coming to take me. On the ground, a crumpled piece of paper carries the cry of his pain. I was abducted and abused. Help me. Keith leans closer, voice cautious. I'm social worker Keith. Do you remember me? Who's coming? Is someone bothering you? What's happening? But Ben erupts in panic. Purple energy sparks from his eyes. Ben Liu, stay away from me. They'll never let me be at peace. The streets of San Francisco ignite, bathed in a violet glow. Ben Liu, they're coming to take me. The sky over San Francisco transforms into a living nightmare. Thousands of alien ships descend in a swarm, their hulls pulsing in violet tones, and metallic tentacles writhing in the air. The Golden Gate, beneath the horizon, becomes the stage for an apocalyptic invasion. A whisper, heavy with terror, cuts through the silence. Aliens, amid the chaos, a frequency opens on the communicators. The voice is firm, unmistakable, the voice of a leader, Cyclops on comlink. All frequencies. This is Cyclops of the X-Men, transmitting from the Marauder. We came to help. The ships cover the sky like a cloud of living darkness. The war has just begun. Inside the Carrasco, the X-Men's warjet vibrates under the purple glow of its panels. Each face reflects tension, sarcasm, strategy, determination, and arrogance. Quentin Quire, mocking, sarcastic. We came to help? Come on, Summers. Stop being the human's little puppet. Cyclops, firm, strategic. If I simply told the truth, that we're chasing an X-gene activation at the same time as an alien invasion, they'd jump to the wrong conclusions. Cyclops calling out. Ileana, Magik analyzing the controls. The piloting system feels strange, but we jumped 3,000 miles with the Carrasco. I'd call that an absolute success. Cyclops, short, controlled. Fabulous. Cyclops, focused, commanding. All right, X-Men. Cerebro picked up a full mutant manifestation. It already happened. Our target is in San Francisco. Cyclops, dry, cold tone. We have a newly activated mutant, right in the middle of a crisis zone. Just another Tuesday. He looks at his team, eyes sharp, giving orders. Cyclops, determined. The mutant is our primary objective. But we don't ignore the aliens. San Francisco has welcomed the X-Men before. And remember, helping humans makes our lives easier. Cyclops, pointing, commanding. Magik and Psylocke, you're with me on the ground. Protect the mutant. Cyclops, firm. Temper, Juggernaut, and Quentin, you'll deal with the alien threat. Keep collateral damage to a minimum. Quentin adjusts his glasses, arrogance dripping from his smirk. Quentin Quire, Kid Omega. Summers, Cyclops through clenched teeth. You know I hate that name. Quentin Quire, smirking. That's exactly why I'll keep it. In the skies of San Francisco, alien ships multiply like a swarm. On the ground, already teleported, Cyclops communicates with Quentin. Cyclops, Quentin communication. Quentin, angry. TSH whatever. Cyclops, calm. Kid Omega, communication. Quentin, on it. The camera closes in on Cyclops, and Quentin's voice comes through. Quentin, transferring Cerebro's tracking directly to your field of vision. Cyclops, very good. Now, with Cerebro's data overlaid on Cyclops' visor, Quentin demands recognition. I deserve a 10, right? Now leave me alone. We've got space squids to hunt. Cyclops, Magik, and Psylocke sprint down the streets, heading toward the detected mutant. Magik, sarcastic, worried about little green men. Cyclops, charging forward, voice burning with thrill. Me, I've got two extremely dangerous women with giant swords at my side. When I was 13, that kind of thought was very exciting. Psylocke with little patience. Forward, X-Men. The sky of San Francisco becomes a cosmic battlefield. Alien ships fire blasts of energy, but the Hellion cuts through the skies in counterattack. Quentin Quire, eyes glowing, his brain in absolute sync with mutant technology, smiles with arrogance. Temper, worried, says, "Everything okay?" Q, Quentin in ecstasy controlling the jet. "My brain is 100% paired with the Hellion's controls. I'm firing mental projectiles at the aliens through integrated telekinetic cannons." He writhes in the chair, overwhelmed by the intensity of the connection. Quentin laughing, mocking. "I'm having orgasms here." Explosions light up the horizon. Enemy ships shatter like glass under the impact of psychic attacks. Meanwhile, in the corner of the cabin, Juggernaut rises, fists clenched, ready to plunge into battle. Juggernaut, impatient, brutal. "Enough with the appetizers. I want to dive headfirst into the main course." The scene bursts in vibrant colors, mixing Quentin's telepathic ecstasy with Juggernaut's unstoppable fury. Two mutant extremes, united in the same battle, and the war against the invasion had only just begun. Inside the Carrasco, the warjet of the X-Men, the cabin vibrates with psychic energy. Quentin Quire, electrified by power, points at the giant before him. Quentin shouting arrogantly, "Time to turn into a bullet." Juggernaut. Quentin continues his provocation. "Quentin, you'll turn into a bullet? Or Temper will have to do it." Juggernaut grumbling, nervous. "What? I'm the one who's going to be fired. Because the DIE can't handle that." The tension is cut when Temper steps forward, calm, but firm. Her eyes glow, and her voice carries the weight of command. Temper. He watches too many cartoons and misunderstands everything. "Let's go, Kane." Juggernaut stares at her, breathing heavily. For the first time, he seems to restrain his fury. Temper, determined. "Your apotheotic entrance will require preparation." Outside, the sky of San Francisco is consumed by alien ships. The Carrasco accelerates into the swarm, preparing to launch its trump card, the Juggernaut, as a living bullet against the enemy fleet. The chaos dominates the streets of San Francisco. Alien ships hover over the buildings, pouring mechanized legions onto the ground. Cyclops, alongside Psylocke and Magik, cuts a path through the flood of enemies. His optic blast slices the air like a burning blade. Cyclops, surprised, analyzing the enemy. But how strange! At his side, Psylocke swings her psychic blade, shredding the invading soldiers. Psylocke responding in the middle of strikes. "I have no idea. What made you think that, Cyclops?" Magik unleashes her gigantic sword, a carving space with surgical brutality. She blocks another strike, smirks from the corner of her lips, and delivers. "Magik, objection. No strangeness to me. You guys are way too soft." Psylocke charges at another enemy about to fire. Psylocke with irony between strikes. Even for someone raised in a demonic dimension, the limits of what you call strange or not demand no reevaluation. Magik slashes another foe apart, grins faintly, and concludes, "Magik, quite fair. Objection withdrawn." The ground shakes beneath the combined force of the X-Men. The rhythm of the battle rises, but this is only the beginning of the war. The crossfire continues in San Francisco. Cyclops, in full fury, fires optic blasts that light up the battlefield. Cyclops, shouting, analyzing. There was contact with two alien species different from this physical description, the Brenia ZHHK and the Grey family. Nothing to do with these. Magik, holding a metallic enemy by the neck. Magik, casual, ironic. "Well, let's ask then." Psylocke, always alert. slashes an enemy with her psychic blade, answering dryly, "Psylocke, aha!" Cyclops steps back, maintaining strategic discipline. Cyclops, warning, concerned. "Calm down. Direct contact with an alien mind? Is that really a good idea?" Psylocke raises her blade, her eyes glowing with intense violet light. Her voice firm, almost defiant. Psylocke, determined. "Quire may be a stronger telepath than I am, but my mind has a resilience he could never reach." With a swift movement, she hurls her psychic power against an invader, and with a slight smile she finishes. Psylocke, confident. "I can handle myself." In the heart of the Hellion, preparation reaches its peak. Juggernaut, massive and impatient, bends down for the final adjustments, while Temper watches with calculated calm. Juggernaut, with a half-smile, eager. "Cool. I've been wanting to try this thing ever since McCoy drew up the sketches." Temper crosses her arms, serious, and delivers the precise question. Temper, firm. "Are you sure about this?" The giant lifts his head, eyes burning with determination. Juggernaut, confident, brutal. "I was born ready. Juggernaut cannot be stopped. Girl." They lock eyes. In an unexpected gesture, their fists meet. The tension rises. Quentin monitors the scene, adjusting the controls. Temper, informing, authoritative. "Kane is ready, Quentin." Quentin, excited. "All right, let's go." The metal echoes as the locks seal shut. Temper steps forward, her voice firm but carrying the weight of responsibility. Temper, warning. "Calm down. If my powers aren't synced with the Hellion to control residual heat, we're all going to turn into ashes. This part is on me, yours." She is cut off. Quentin interrupts. "Quentin, I know." She grips the controls tightly. Her eyes glow with power. Quentin, "So? Ready?" Temper, without hesitation. "Yes, fire." The sky of San Francisco is torn apart by pure energy. The alien ships move in formation, as Quentin Quire presses the controls, with an insane glow in his eyes. Quentin shouting in ecstasy, "Target locked." Fire! The Marauder releases its payload. The compartment explodes in light, and Kane Marco, the Juggernaut, is launched like a living projectile. The giant cuts through the skies, wrapped in a brutal aura of energy, roaring against the very firmament. Juggernaut in absolute fury. Nothing can stop thee. The atmosphere trembles with the impact of his passage. Inside the cockpit, Temper withstands the pressure of the channeled energy, her body seized by violent discharges. Temper, straining through clenched teeth. The Juggernaut continues his relentless launch, a human missile hurled against the alien mothership. The war has just gained its most devastating weapon. The sky of San Francisco explodes in fury and energy. The colossal body of the Juggernaut cuts through the firmament like a living missile, wrapped in electric discharges that light up everything around. The scream that leaves his throat is not human. It is pure brute force, reverberating against the world. Juggernaut roaring with overwhelming fury. Juggernaut, awe it! The scene cuts to the ground. Cyclops watches with his cold, calculating gaze, while beside him, Psylocke remains serene, the wind blowing her hair amidst the chaos. Cyclops, short, firm. Good. Then, the impact happens. Kane Marco strikes the alien mothership with the force of a cataclysm. The sound echoes, like the thunder of the end of the world. The entire horizon trembles with devastation. The X-Men watch, knowing that the war has just escalated to a level beyond any expectation. The impact echoes across the sky, but the silence that follows raises more questions than answers. The X-Men watch closely, as the alien ship seems to unravel in strange, almost unreal patterns. Cyclops, ever the strategist, is the first to break the silence. Cyclops, analyzing, cold. Looks like Hank's mutant cannon works. Magik, also watching, adds with a sharp grin. Magik. The Juggernaut just got fired like a bullet at the mothership. Loved it. Cyclops, alert to every detail of the action, turns to Psylocke. Cyclops, looks like he did too. Psylocke. Psylocke drives her psychic blade through an alien foe. Her eyes glow, but doubt clouds her expression. Psylocke, suspicious, almost whispering. Cyclops, I don't even think this is real. I think all of this is fake. The visor of Cyclops reflects the shock of the moment. Cyclops, short, sharp. What? Magik raises her voice, pointing toward the skies. Magik, determined. Look, the mothership and its drones are disintegrating when they're destroyed. They vanish like smoke. Didn't you notice the battle suits doing the same when we smashed them? The tension rises. The X-Men trade looks, realizing, for the first time, that the battle they're fighting might not be only physical, but an illusion carefully crafted around them. Cyclops' gaze rises to the sky, filled with astonishment. The glow of his visor reflects the truth that is finally revealed. Cyclops, shocked, in a grave voice, "My God, this isn't an alien invasion. It's our mutant, conscious or not." He ended up creating the whole thing. Behind him, Magik and Psylocke exchange a dark glance. The suspicion grows. They resume running towards the mutant Ben Liu, Psylocke trying to understand. Reality control? Cyclops, confirming serious. Everything indicates so. Cyclops, with strategic firmness. We have to find a way to get him out of here before anyone else realizes. The scene cuts to enemy soldiers advancing, like a metallic tide through the city streets. Magik, in a defiant tone, provokes. In the middle of the road, there's a stone. Cyclops, problem. Magik, never. The ground trembles. The battle takes on new contours. Now it's not only against the aliens, but against reality itself being torn apart. The dark corridor vibrates with screams of dread. Ben Liu and the social worker Keith, cornered, retreat against the cold walls, eyes wide, consumed by despair. Ben Liu in panic. "No, I won't go back. I won't be hurt again." A red flash explodes, the horror intensifies. The fear is palpable. Amid the chaos, we see Ben Liu, trembling, lost inside his own mind. Beside him, another survivor stares at the scene in absolute terror. The shadows dissipate, and three figures emerge from the smoke. The ground covered with defeated enemies clears a path for the X-Men. Magik raises her mystical sword, the blue glow flashing in the narrow corridor. Cyclops steps forward, his gaze unshakable behind the visor. Psylocke grips her psychic blade, her presence as lethal as it is serene. Cyclops, firmly with a reassuring tone. "Hello, I know you're afraid." He moves a little closer, his voice heavy with certainty. Cyclops, "But you don't have to be. We are the X-Men. We came to help." The scene freezes in contrast. The absolute terror and the unshakable confidence of the heroes who carry the weight of hope. In the rusty, claustrophobic corridor, Ben Liu's panic explodes like a wave out of control. He stares at the X-Men, eyes wide, his voice breaking with fear. Ben Liu screaming and confused. Are you with the aliens?" Cyclops takes a firm step forward, his voice heavy with conviction. "No, we're with you, Cyclops," calm, direct. "Never. We're with you." He turns to his team, confirming. "Psylocke." Psylocke steps forward, her psychic blade shimmering in her hand. Psylocke firm, reassuring. "We are with you, Ben." Cyclops. "See, we are with you." But the panic only grows in the young man's eyes. Ben Liu trembling in shock. "I don't understand." Cyclops breathes deeply, his stance unshakable, but his voice steady and controlled. Cyclops introducing himself. "I am Scott Summers. I'm a mutant, like you. It's okay." He raises his hand, trying to inspire trust. Cyclops explaining, patient. "The aliens, all of this, they are your powers, but we can help you keep them under control." Ben recoils, his face consumed by despair, exploding in psychic energy. His scream reverberates through the corridor. Ben Liu in denial, frantic. "I can't be a mutant. I'm too old. I would know." The air vibrates with uncontrolled psychic power, and Cyclops raises his voice above the chaos, trying to reach him. Cyclops, with authority, firm. "Ben, listen to me. Listen to my voice. We tracked the activation signature of your X gene. Your powers manifested today." Cyclops, "I don't know why it didn't happen in your adolescence, but it happened. It's a fact. And we need to get you out of here. Now." The corridor shakes with Ben Liu's energy, as the weight of revelation threatens to turn into catastrophe. The energy of Ben Liu explodes like a psychic hurricane. Ben Liu, overcome with panic, roaring, "Not! You just want to take me to your spaceship." The wave of power hurls the X-Men away, the corridor unraveling in purple flashes. The impact drags Cyclops and Magik across the floor, but Psylocke, like the ninja she is, remains standing, in the midst of the smoke. Psylocke, raising an eyebrow, ironic even in the chaos. "Right? The Marauder is a spaceship." Magik spins her sword, sarcasm sharp. "Wow, how clever you are." The tension rises. Cyclops activates the communication protocol, his face hardened by the discipline of a leader. Cyclops, feeling pain in his arm, short, firm. "Emergency. Psylinks only." The weight of his voice cuts through the air. Quentin, repressing, in a low voice, impatient. "Don't talk so loud." Cyclops rises again, at Magik and Psylocke's side. Silence reigns between them, Cyclops, in a grave whisper, heavy with tension. "Right?" The world around begins to unravel, in uncontrolled psychic energy. The ground shakes, the air vibrates, and Ben Liu's fury takes shape like a purple hurricane. Cyclops raises his voice, firm, trying to reach the young man in the middle of the chaos. Cyclops, shouting, authoritative, but still trying to sound reassuring. "Calm yourself, please. Ben!" The boy, consumed by despair, bends in pain, his words breaking apart. Ben Liu confused and tormented. "I was abducted. There was a flying saucer, a bright light, and they did things to me." Debris floats around him, in chaotic spirals. The scene cuts to the X-Men, approaching with caution. Cyclops, trying to build trust. "We'll discover the truth of this, together. My friends and I can help you unravel it." But the answer comes as a scream, drenched in fear. Ben Liu screaming and desperate. "Not! I won't go back there." The energy around him bursts again, as if the very air were being torn apart. Cyclops' face hardens, as he realizes the imminent danger. Cyclops, urgent, trying to stop him. "Don't do this." The panel freezes in contrast. The X-Men, ready to help, and Ben Liu on the edge of losing complete control over his own mind. Purple smoke spreads through the narrow alley. The silence is broken only by the echo of the explosion that devastated everything around them. Magik takes a step forward. Her voice is low, filled with sadness. Magik, dry, painful. He's gone. The team remains motionless, the weight of defeat hanging over them all. Cyclops, disappointed, narrows his eyes and spits out the words. Cyclops, bitter, angry. "Shit, it didn't have to end this way." Psylocke reaches for her communicator, her expression firm but tinged with frustration. Psylocke, into the radio, resolute. "Quentin, come get us. We're done." Social worker Keith emerges from the smoke, his voice trembling, trying to understand the incomprehensible. Keith shocked. "Ben, is he a mutant?" The camera pulls back, revealing the executioner perched in the shadows. Cyclops responds without turning his face, the coldness in his voice hiding the pain of loss. Cyclops, short, definitive. "He was, like many I've known, he was a mutant." The jet prepares for takeoff. War doesn't wait. But the scar left by Ben Liu is already etched into the souls of the X-Men. The frozen horizon of Alaska surrounds the metallic landscape of the factory. The silence is heavy, broken only by the distant echo of the machines. Cyclops opens the scene dry, almost like a military report. Cyclops, and that's the summary. "As soon as we captured Kane, we left. And Ben Liu ended his own life in the streets of San Francisco." The camera dives into the facility. At the center of the room, lying on a stretcher, Ben Liu breathes with difficulty, alive but broken. Beside him, Beast adjusts instruments with surgical precision, while Magneto watches in silence. His presence is heavy as the very metal he controls. Cyclops continues, "It's what we need people to think. Illyana and Quentin made it a very convincing death. But now, it's up to us to discover what happened to him." The camera closes in on Ben Liu's scarred face. Between tubes, scars, and short breaths, the truth hangs in the air. The mutant everyone believed had fallen still breathes, and his fate now belongs to the hands of the X-Men. One thing is certain, 3K is involved in his abduction and in the transformation into a mutant after adulthood, and the confrontation with them lies ahead. Onward, X-Men. Explosive nerds. The battle in San Francisco comes to an end, but the fate of Ben Liu and the secrets of the 3K have only opened the doors to something even greater. Because in the next chapter comes X-Men number 3. Scott Summers, Cyclops, will face nothing less than the government of the United States of America, the leader of the X-Men against an entire nation. A trial that could decide the future not only of his team, but of the entire mutant race. And you cannot miss this. So hit that explosive like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for all notifications, and of course, leave a comment below. What would you do if you were in Cyclops' place? The war of the mutants has only just begun, and we will face it together. Assemble! X-Men!